No Chill Sports is an unapologetic, high-energy sports show where opinions fly fast and facts hit hard. The views and opinions expressed on this program are solely those of the hosts and guests, and do not necessarily reflect those of any affiliated networks, sponsors, or partners. Content may include passionate debates, bold predictions, and unfiltered takes that some viewers may find intense or controversial. Listener discretion is advised. If you're looking for chill, this ain't the place.
Hey, welcome back. Another hot episode of the Rant with Pough Ant. It's your boy Pough. Got my man Ant in the building. What's good with you, my boy?
What's up with it, dog?
Not much, man. And if you're new to the show, just know that we're gonna keep it real, we're gonna keep it unfiltered, uncanny, and we have no chill. Man, what a lot has happened since Sunday or Monday when we did the show. NFL release schedules today. Got some, news out of baseball for the old head baseball people, and we got a new sponsor, man. Shout out to Dubby Energy Drink. Dubby is a powdered energy drink aimed at gamers, individuals seeking focus and energy. It's known for its clean ingredients, no jitters, and various flavors. Dubby achieves its smooth, effective focus with high-end tasting experience while using no sugars, fillers, or artificial color or dye. Dubby is also available in a hydration formula for those needing electrolytes. Try Dubby today by scanning the QR code on the screen or visit the web at bit.ly/no-chill-dubby. That's DUBBY. Dubby, your taste buds' favorite energy drink. Man, let's go ahead and jump into it, bro.
Where you want to start?
I think let's start with some news that's long overdue. Major League Baseball has announced they are lifting the ban. Well, the way they rephrased it, they're lifting the ban on Pete Rose and Shoeless Joe Jackson. I can't forget is it Manfred, commissioner, basically said that the ban only lasts during the player's lifetime, and now that their life is, they're no longer with us, it's time to let that go, and allow those players to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. So they will most likely, posthumously being inducted. Specifically, Pete Rose should be in there immediately.
Shoeless should too now.
I don't know. I know Shoeless was good. I don't know a lot about Shoeless. I know about Pete Rose. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only reason I said that. So
yeah, Shoeless wasn't no slouch in his own right now. He one of the greatest players to play ever too now. But it's just a disgrace that you have to wait until these people pass away for them to be able to get their due and and get inducted into the Hall of Fame and receive that recognition. So I'm glad that it is happening and they can now be eligible to go into the Hall of Fame, but I just wish this would have been happened whenever they could have been allowed to see it, especially
Yeah,
people.
yeah. Um, Adrian went to my next point because he said thought they was lifting the band on steroids. Make this ish good. Uh, Players like Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa, um, Barry Bonds, who
Right.
has never Roger Clemens, Barry Bonds, who has never tested positive for steroids. Um, Somehow we were talking, and they were saying even if you take out Barry Bonds' stats from the steroid era or whatever,
He's still a Hall of Famer.
he's still a Hall of Famer with his numbers.
Yeah.
Um,
Same with Roger Clemens, though. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. My question is, does baseball eventually get it right and move away from the after they die, or will they
But
just go?
they not banned.
I know they not banned.
They not in the Hall of Fame because the voters won't vote for them to be in the Hall of Fame. So what I think is going to happen is as the voter turnover and we get a new batch of voters in,
Mhm.
I think you're going to start seeing a younger generation of voters who don't see things the same way as some of these older voters who kept these guys out of the Hall of Fame have. So I think that, you might, because if you look at it, like every year the numbers go up for these guys. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
more and more votes. So as they keep turning over and getting new voters in, I think that they'll eventually do the right thing.
Yeah, I agree, man. Gotta get. I would love to see those guys get in. They are much deserving, and it'd be different if they were doing steroid, they were juicing, and nobody else was. The entire league was juicing, bro. So it was even across the board. So let's go ahead and get them in. Any more thoughts on this before we move on?
Nah, I mean, like I said, I just wish they would have been here to see it, man. That's all.
I agree. Uh, Moving on, man, to the NBA, specifically Jason Tatum, man. He ruptured his Achilles in game 4 of this series. He's out, as we know. That's probably next 2.5 years, or I'm not 2.5 years.
Not too
Next
much.
year and a half. Next 2 seasons, but I mean the rest of this season and next season, he's probably not coming back until whatever seat that year is, 26, 27, something like that.
Yeah.
So I hate to see it, bro. And he's not the first one this playoff season. Somebody else ruptured their
Dang,
Achilles.
his Achilles.
Dame, that's who it was. I couldn't remember who it was. Dame. Yeah. Man, I just hate to see it.
Yeah, I think Tatum will be all right. He young enough. Well, I think he'll be able to bounce back from it, and his game kind of don't really rely too much on explosiveness and stuff like that. But if you Boston, what do you do, bro? Because you really ain't a championship contender without Tatum, but you got an expensive roster like you a championship contender.
Mhm.
Um, do you try to move some pieces and get under the luxury tax apron, or do you just try to keep everything together and then hopefully when Tatum come back in a year, y'all can just pick up like where you left off? I mean, that's a tough decision, but I think they're gonna have to move some pieces, man. They too expensive. Um, and you might be a playoff team without Tatum, but if you ain't winning it, do you want to have that expensive roster, bro? Like I think you're gonna have to get off of Drew Holiday or Porzingis, or I ain't saying move Jaylen Brown or nothing, but some of those other auxiliary pieces, role player type guys who making a lot of money, you're gonna have to move some of them guys. So the domino effect of this injury is what I kind of am interested in to see, like what our moves do they make because of this injury, and how does that affect other teams and everything going forward? Because like the Dame injury possibly, was the domino effect for Giannis to say, "Yeah, I want out of Milwaukee." So that injury already possible ripple effects in the league. Does Tatum's injury do the same thing? So it's just interesting to see how it all plays out after this.
I was thinking about this injury, and you made a comment. You said he should be all right. He can bounce back. He's young. I can't think of anybody who has bounced back though from Achilles.
Kobe, Durant.
They've come back, yes, and play, but they were never the same. Clay not even what he was as far as you get what I'm saying. Like DeMar Boogie was the same way.
Yeah, Boogie a little different, but I don't know. That's fair, but I think if Tatum could be 80% of who he is now, that's still super.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
And that's fair. Like KD, I think KD is probably 90, 80, 85, 90% of what he was. In my fair opinion. He still looks good, but he was never a, like you say, he wasn't necessarily explosive. I'm finna just, send dunk all you, blow past you and stuff. Yeah, you lose spring. That's my thing.
But Tatum don't really got a lot of that though. That's my point.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying? Like he don't really. His game is more like, let me get to my spot. It ain't really let me blow by you and, you know what I'm saying, be explosive. Like,
that's fair.
His game really don't have a lot of that in it. That's why I think he'll be all right. That's why Durant was fine. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Because he really didn't have that in his game. But Boogie was more first up, beat you off the dribble type guy as a big man. So when he lost that, he wasn't the same type of guy.
Yeah. Yeah. And you mentioned Kobe. Kobe was more of a. I thought
he kind of is a little older than what.
Yeah, I was just gonna say at his age, Kobe had already got to a point of saying I'm gonna beat you, saying psychologically in a way. I'm gonna know what you're going to. I'm gonna prepare better than you and beat you at that point. So yeah, that's how I look at it.
Kobe probably like. Tatum ain't in his 30s, you know what I'm saying? Tearing his Achilles. He's still young. Like, that's a little different from Kobe. But I think, prime example, DeJounte Murray for the Pelicans. He tore his Achilles. I don't know what he gonna be like when he come back because he is kind of an explosive guard. You know what I mean? So he might not be the same type of player that he was before the Achilles. But a guy like Tatum who really don't rely on athleticism, so to speak, is more of craft and skill, you know what I mean, to try to get to his spots. So I think he'll be all right.
Yeah.
I just don't know what the Celtics do.
Yeah. Speaking of that, let's look more at the playoffs. Celtics are actually up right now by 18 with less than 9 minutes left. I think they may pull. I said the other night, I don't think the series going more than 6. I thought, saying the Knicks was going to win it in 6, win it, but go back home and win it.
I think they win. I told my homeboy today, he a Celtics fan. I told him I think they could win this one because they at home, and you got the, the emotional. We just lost our guy. We all know we got to pick it up, you know what I mean? And we are at home feeding off the crowd. So, you got guys like Pritchard hitting threes, you know what I'm saying? Like that, everybody going off. But when you go on the road, can all those guys do it again? I don't know about that.
Yeah. I just saw today, came through. Somebody placed a bet for the Celtics to win the title, for like 6,000.
Yeah.
I was like,
the odds, if you got the money to blow, the odds is worth the investment, I guess. But that's an uphill battle, bro.
That's like Kilimanjaro battle. Like you got to climb, you got to get it.
Well, I seen the dude. I seen the dude who had he had a four leg parlay. He had the Dodgers winning the Natty. I mean, winning the World Series. He had Ohio State winning the Natty. I forgot the other one, but then the last one was the Nuggets to win the finals. And he was watching the OKC game when Denver was winning, and then last night Denver was winning, and OKC just walked them down in the fourth. And he can win like $100,000. I'm like, yeah, you might want to cash that thing out.
Yeah, I was just gonna say cash that out. I actually so a couple years ago, last year, as a matter of fact, my best friend, he's a big Bama fan, and he had after they lost to Texas, he put like $50 down for Alabama to win it all, and it would have cashed for like 10 stacks.
Yeah.
And nope, it was to win it all. And I was like, we was getting close to before the playoff prediction. I was like, you might want to pull that money now because I don't know if Bama gets in.
Yeah.
And this was before the conference championship games. So at that point, he went ahead and I think he pulled it. He ended up making like $1,500.
Yeah, he would have made more if they would have made the playoffs, though.
They made the playoffs.
I know what I'm saying.
You saying
if he would have waited till they made the playoffs to cash out, he would have made a little bit more.
Yeah. But yeah.
But yeah, I think Boston win this one tonight, but I think it's over when they go back to Madison Square Garden.
All right, let's go ahead and play you know what I'm saying, devil's advocate. Well, I ain't gonna say devil's advocate. Let's go ahead and I guess not discounting Boston. I mean, they're down right now, but let's say the Knicks go ahead and finish this out. Indiana awaits them.
Like it's 1999 all over again, bro.
Yeah. Who you liking that?
I think they kind of similar, dog. Indiana a little bit taller, got a little more length on the perimeter, you know what I'm saying? So I think they match up a little better with the Knicks. But I don't know. It can go either way. And then you got two guys right now in the fourth quarter, 2 minutes or less, that it's a coin flip on which one you want with the ball between Brunson and Halliburton. The way they've been playing in these playoffs. I mean, I know Brunson was the NBA Clutch Player of the Year, but in these playoffs, Halliburton been giving him a run for his money. So it can go either way. I probably lean Indiana, but it really wouldn't surprise me if the Knicks won it. Either way, I think it's like a coin flip.
If I'm Brunson, I'm going Halliburton. I'm whisper, where your daddy?
Hey, so the crazy thing is, like last summer, like the WWE had Brunson and Halliburton.
I saw that. Yeah.
One of the events and had them like about to square off with each other and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like Brunson came with the chair in his hand. You know what I'm saying? All this kind of stuff, talking to Halliburton and all that. And
I literally just watched that. Somebody said it's scripted. Yeah.
So like the WWE, they got the leak before anybody. You know what I'm saying? They got the leak last year about what. But yeah, that's I think it's a good little matchup though, bro. I think they two teams that, like I said, they similar. They both kind of, we know New York with Tibbs and the Villanova guys, either they perfectly fit for each other. They got that grit mentality. They're gonna play 40 minutes a game, and they play tough physical ball. Indiana kind of the same way though. So that's a toss up, bro. That's gonna be a hell of a series.
Yeah. Hey, Adrian, HBCR gonna relaunch the 29th of May. So we're gonna start talking. Well, actually, it'll probably be before that, but we'll be talking more about all that. You know, get the rundown on the school. So we're gonna do the season preview. And I already got the fam. You can shout out to Kevin Roger and Coach Ford. They already lying. I told them they was lying already, but anyway. Moving on, man, to the do you want any other NBA
Yeah, I
playoff
mean
game?
the game after this, Minnesota and Golden State, they kind of in a similar situation. Like you got to win tonight or it's over with. You know what I mean? But
Literally.
yeah, but and you, but the difference is Golden State got to do it on the road without Steph, and but if you win tonight, you get like 3 days rest before he come back. You know what I'm saying? Like I think, or it might be unless that's game 6. But either way, you win again, and it's if they win tonight, they don't play again till Sunday. So you give Steph that much more time to try to come back, and you know maybe give you a chance to pull it out. You know what I mean? You got if you win tonight, the series is 3-2.
Right.
Then you go back to Golden State, possibly get Steph back. I mean, you win that one, game 7, anything can happen, especially with Steph Curry on your team. So, I mean, it's kind of like if Warriors can find a way to win tonight, the series that we thought was over with might just be beginning. You know what I mean? So, Brunson fouled out. It's a wrap.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
Yeah, but I think Ant-Man put him out tonight though. But if they could find a way, it'll get interesting.
Big night for Nas Reed tonight. Book it.
Yeah, but I'm and the OKC series, man. I thought Denver was gonna win it last night and go back to Denver with a chance to end it all, and that's kind of what I wanted to see, because I wanted to see what this OKC team had to do in a must-win situation, like. You know what I'm saying? A game 6 in Denver where it win or go home. Like, not saying this game ain't important now, but you still, I mean, you got breathing room. You still got a game 7 if you lose. But I wanted to see what they were in that pressure situation. But kudos to Lou Dort and them, man. He led the little comeback, hitting them 3 threes last night or whatever. But they in the driver's seat right now, though. But if you the NBA, like, as much as people say you've rigged stuff for big markets, you know what I'm saying? Like, to only have New York left, and you got Minnesota, OKC, and Indianapolis. Like, imagine, you know how Stephen A. Smith used to always root for Miami and LA to be in the finals because he wanted to go to them destinations, for travel or whatever.
Right.
Imagine this motherfucker got OKC in Indianapolis. You know what I'm saying? Like that's some. You can't say that it's rigged for small market. I mean, for big markets, if you end up with that finals.
Yeah.
But,
Facts. Moving on to the NFL. The NFL pauses its accelerator program. That was a program where they took minority coaches, paired them with different owners, different teams and stuff, trying to foster those relationships. And basically promote diversity amongst the coaching ranks. Uh, Key word there, diversity. Um, NFL says they're just going to pause their program, take a look at it, and re-image it. Uh, this, in my opinion, honestly seems like it seems more political than anything. Um,
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, you got most of these companies across the country looking at their DEI policies and all this. It just kind of seems like the same type of thing to me. And you know what? Honestly, you know what's next? NFL gonna take a look at the Rooney Rule and probably get rid of it because
yeah,
so many teams are not even like they're not even abiding by the rule in the spirit of the rule. They just they when the Dallas Cowboys interviewed Hugh Jackson, knowing damn well they wasn't finna hire Hugh Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
but hey, we got our minority guy out the way. Or you know what I mean? Or we go interview this guy who's a Pacific Islander and say, hey, we got our, he's a defensive tackle coach or whatever, but hey, we got our minority coach out the way. Like, you're not hiring these guys, but you're just doing it. You're not giving real coaches opportunities like the Floreses and a few years ago, Eric Bieniemy. You know what I'm saying? You're not giving those guys real interviews. You're giving it to guys who've been out the league 3 years or position coaches who ain't really got a chance to get the job. You just saying we met our quota. We checked off a box.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I was just thinking about it. They were saying they're pausing it. They didn't say specify how long they'll pause it. They
So
just
we forget
paused it.
about it.
No, I'm gonna tell you what I honestly think, because we talked about it. About, I said I think it's political. I really do think they're going to pause it while Trump's in office, and probably come back. Either don't come back with one, or come back with something after he's out of office. And this, I'm not saying pointing this at
I think,
a
I think they're not gonna come back with it, bro. And if they do come back with it, it's gonna be something totally different.
yeah,
It's not going. It's They not going because I think this attack on DEI is bigger than just whoever in political office, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying. So I think
yeah.
it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be where they re-image it and try to steer it away from diversity part. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, they've already said, because they said diversity. We believe diversity of thought and background essential to our success, which instead that's kind of yeah. Um, Sticking with the NFL, schedules were released today, bro. Um,
yeah,
some of the schedule had already been leaked and been talked about. One of interest to me, I think there's two games, international games, but the Commanders taking on the Dolphins in Madrid, Spain. That's
yeah.
I
First
like
time
that.
they've been to Spain, I think.
Yeah, that's I like that. I like that.
So, a few things for me. Um, Three teams have no primetime games.
Mm,
That would be the Cleveland Browns, the Tennessee Titans, and the New Orleans Saints.
mm,
That just so happens to be the three teams with the longest odds to win the Super Bowl.
mm.
Um, the team with the most primetime games is guess who?
Chiefs,
That would be correct. They have 7. Guess who's next?
Eagles.
No,
Would it be Buffalo?
no.
Is it America's team, the Cowboys?
That would be correct. They have 6, and then there's like 8 teams that have 5. Uh, the Dolphins, the Falcons, the Eagles, the Lions, the Commanders, the Bills, the 49ers, and the Chargers all have 5 games. But the Chiefs, with their league leading 7, are the first team in NFL history to receive 5 primetime games in the first 8 weeks of the season. They got the Chargers in Brazil week 1. Then they on Sunday Night Football week 3 versus the Giants. At the Giants. Monday Night Football at the Jaguars. Then Sunday Night Football versus the Lions and Monday Night Football versus the Commanders, all in the first 8 weeks of the season.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The Commanders game, the only one the Chargers game would be pretty.
Yeah, the Chargers game, the Commanders game, and maybe the Lions game, maybe because the Lions gonna be.
I honestly don't know what they're gonna look like this
year. Well, yeah, I do. And we'll get question because they're losing both their coordinators.
But that's exactly, yeah. And I don't know if Aiden Hutchinson. I know people. He's supposed to be back, but they've been showing him workouts, and people been talking about how he looks. He doesn't look too assured.
He looked like he got drop foot.
Yeah,
I'm not a doctor though, but the best part of the NFL schedule released, though, bro, is the videos that the teams put out. You seen the Saints video?
I hadn't seen the Saints video.
Oh man,
I actually hadn't seen any of them so far, but
the Saints got like a little press conference with Kellen Moore, and he introduced a translator coach who like Kellen Moore say something, and then he say what Kellen Moore really trying to say. Man, dude, and all the reporters asking questions, and he going off on the reporters. Man, you gotta check it out. It's funny, dog. The Falcons got a pretty good one though, even though I really don't like the Falcons. But
yeah.
And then, but like the Chargers did like a Minecraft one, it's all kind of crazy ones, but it's that's the best part of the schedule, at least to me.
I'm gonna tell you who has my favorite, not this year, but just in general, Tennessee Titans. When they show the logos of the teams they're playing to fans, and the fans try to guess the names.
Oh yeah.
It's hilarious. Like somebody said something about the I don't know, the Water Eagles, and it was the Seahawks, and it was like yeah, man, those are my favorite. Christmas. I know. Go ahead.
No, I was just about to go hit that point. Go ahead.
Yeah, Christmas. NFL's coming back with 3 games on Christmas. Hold on, let me see if I can get them correct. They are. Hold on, I'm a week short. Hold on. The games are. Am I missing it?
It's the Commanders at Buffalo. I think. Hold on,
because
I'm reading this wrong.
That's why I was doing the same thing. I was like, that ain't right.
Yeah, it's the Commanders and Cowboys, and then the Lions and the Vikings.
Oh, you know what? That's why I'm looking. I'm like, that ain't making sense. I'm looking at the wrong month.
The primetime slot is Kansas City and Broncos.
Yeah, I know it's Kansas City. Yeah. There we go. Yeah.
They're taking the NBA day, bro.
Yeah.
But I mean, to be honest, though,
I don't watch NBA. During that time, I
used to like.
I used to love it.
That used to be the first day I watched the NBA, really. But I mean, if you the NFL, you ain't do the NBA no favors because everybody gonna watch the Cowboys, whether they a fan or whether they want to watch them lose, and then possibly 2 like NFC North contenders late in the season, possible playoff, implications on the line.
Yeah, because this was, if I'm not mistaken, this determined the North last year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then you got similar situation in the primetime slot. You know what I mean? Possible playoff implications. because a lot of people got the Chargers winning that division. And so this could be possible who's gonna finish second type in that possibly, you know what I mean? Or it could be, Kansas City trying to secure the number one spot, and the Broncos trying to beat out the Chargers for the second spot. You know what I mean? Like, but either way, playoff type implications. So them 3 games that gonna have an audience. The NFL gonna have an audience anyway, but like this is 3 solid games. And so I mean NFL, NBA, but they ain't do college no favors either though. Like they got a game on Black Friday.
Yeah. Throwing this up there. Paul Sub said Commanders got great primetime games against Mahomes, Caleb, and Knicks. He said also forgot to include against Love on Thursday Night Football. So
there's like a law saying the NFL can't play games on Friday nights during like football season.
Yeah, during high school football
season. High school football season, right? Mm-hmm. So the NFL plays a game at 3:00 in the afternoon on Black Friday because it's not nighttime. Like the NFL, bro, is gonna push the limit to do everything they can to get every possible ounce of viewership that they can get, and they'll steal it from whoever. Fridays we used to watch college football rivalries after Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? Like the LSU Arkansas game. Those type games used to come on during that Friday.
Iron Bowl, the Michigan,
on Friday, some of them, you know what I mean? And now it's like NFL, like, nah, dog, we're gonna put a game now. And so it's the Bears and the Eagles. So 2 teams with a lot of expectations, you know what I'm saying? So Caleb Williams, what is he gonna be? Might be some people watching because of Caleb Williams, and then the Eagles gonna always have people. So you got Thanksgiving Day and Black Friday. They taking over every possible chance they can get, bro.
Yeah.
Cowboys, Kansas City on Thanksgiving, dog. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. And Bengals, Ravens on Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. Bengals got a chance to do something they hadn't done the last 3 seasons. Win week 1. They play the Browns in Cleveland.
Oh, yeah, that's possible. Very possible.
Yeah,
very possible.
Last thing I got for you tonight, bro. Over unders. College football came out.
Yep.
Oh, that didn't work out right. Hold on. And so we broke it down by Power 4. And I put Notre Dame on the ACC.
Yeah, I'm with
you. Just simple because, Notre Dame is expected, or the over-under is 10.5 games. And this is the site for this. I think it was a combination of all the sites. So your major booking sites. Notre Dame is 10.5. Miami is 9.5. Clemson 9.5. Louisville 8.5. SMU 8.5. Florida State 7.5. North Carolina 7.5. Georgia Tech 7.5. Duke 6.5. NC State 6.5. Virginia Tech 6.5. Boston College 6.5. Cal 5.5. Pitt 5.5. Syracuse 5.5. Virginia 5.5. Maryland 4.5. Wake Forest 4.5, and Stanford 3.5. Anybody on this list, Ant, that you looking at from the ACC, you like, yeah, I think they'll hit that, or somebody you saying, nah, I think they, they feel they're gonna be under that. I had full transparency. I hadn't fully looked at all their schedules, and I think we will do a show where we come back because these odds are going to change. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, for sure.
So we'll come back and do like a conference, you know.
Yeah, this is just
Over
like
under.
a way too early type, you know,
Yeah.
a futures type deal. I think Clemson hit they over. I think they're gonna be like 11 wins, 10, 11 wins regular season. Um, that's the only one that really like just Georgia Tech.
I think Georgia Tech gonna challenge for that.
I think Georgia Tech over is probably a good bet to take.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm kind of curious to see how they handle people like preparing for Georgia Tech to be a threat. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
y'all ain't sneaking up on nobody this year. So I'm kind of curious to see how they handle that. And then Duke at 6.5. I mean, I like their coach, Elko. You know what I mean? I think
Elko not there no more. Elko at Texas A&M.
I mean, not what's your boy name? Who the
I know Manny
Diaz.
Diaz. Yeah,
Diaz. That's yeah. Um, I think he kind of like Elko in the sense, he got that
I know what you mean. Yeah.
defensive mentality. They're gonna play tough, you know what I mean, gritty type football. But they spent a lot of money on a quarterback, Mensa from Tulane.
Yeah, they did.
If they under 6.5 wins with the amount of money they supposedly spent on a quarterback, it's gonna be some people who ain't too happy with that, bro. So they better hope they over 6.5 wins. But I mean, other than that, man, Louisville lost a lot. I don't know what they really brought in, but 8.5. I mean, they lost the quarterback, receivers, all type of stuff. SMU 8.5 is pretty about right. They got a lot coming back with a good quarterback. West Castellano is going to be at FSU 7.5 after 2 last year. They better be over 7.5. But other than that, though, I mean, nothing really stand out.
All right.
What about you?
Florida State, North Carolina, Stanford. Prepare for the under.
You got under 3.5?
Stanford, I think they get 3.
You think they go over in conference?
They might sneak and beat. I don't think Stanford gonna be good this year.
You don't think Andrew Luck shook them boys back, man?
No. Not this year. No.
They fired their coach, man. That's crazy, bro.
Syracuse. I think Syracuse is gonna be over.
Yeah, I can see that. Shout out to the boys over there, Big B Brian.
Yeah, I think Pitt might go into the last game of the season at 5-6, and people gonna be sweating this bet. If that number stays at 5.5, I can see that. Because if I'm not mistaken, last year they went like 5-0, 6-0, and then lost to SMU and lost the rest of the season. Yeah. Boston College, cuz over there, fam over there. I think they're gonna be right at their mark. I think that's 6-7 win. I think that's about right. I'm not sure about Virginia Tech either. Virginia is the one team on here that kind of.
I don't know nothing about them.
I'm just saying I'm kind of intrigued by. Neither one of us talked about Notre Dame. I have no clue. Because I don't know who they got at quarterback. They didn't go out and steal a quarterback. I mean, they didn't go out and recruit a quarterback in the transfer portal. Yeah. So I'm not sure.
I mean, they got the old boy. What's that kid name? What's that kid name? He a legacy kid. Carr, CJ Carr. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
I mean, we'll see, but their defense gonna be legit. That's no doubt. But I don't really know how tough their schedule is, so I really don't know what all they gonna look like as far as possible L's.
Yeah. We'll get there. Moving on to the Big Ten. Ohio State 10 and by far the Big Ten was the conference with the most 10 and a half win squads or predictions for over unders. Ohio State 10 and a half, Oregon 10 and a half, Penn State 10 and a half. Then you got Indiana at 8.5, Michigan at 8.5, Illinois at 7.5, Iowa at 7.5, Nebraska 7.5, USC 7.5, Washington 7.5, Minnesota 6.5, Michigan State 5.5, Rutgers 5.5, UCLA 5.5, Wisconsin 5.5, Northwestern 3.5, Purdue 3.5.
Go ahead.
I'll go first on this one. I think Ohio State, Penn State may hit that that over. I think Oregon may be 10-2. They may end up being 10-2. UCLA, Northwestern, Purdue. I think they end up under. Michigan State,
You
Wisconsin.
don't trust Nico?
Michigan State, Wisconsin. I think they are there. I think they 5-6. Just right now. I think they have the talent to. I'm just trying to see if everything gels for them, if they can hit 6-7 wins. Minnesota, I think that's just about right for them. As far and for those of you, I did hear the question. I don't know. I don't think Nico is. I don't think he's serious about football. To be honest with you.
That's fair. All right. Oh, you go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say they got Ben Simmons out there, but go ahead.
Man, it's all right. So Ohio State, give me the under.
Okay.
Well, I think they lose week 1 to Texas. Honestly,
That's fair.
Who? Speaking of like Notre Dame quarterback, like Julian Sane, I'm guessing for Ohio State. Like
I'm guessing so.
Like,
I thought they got somebody else too.
I mean, they got the Aaron Nolan kid, but he transferred out, didn't he? So yeah, I mean, they got that St. Clair kid, Julian St. Clair, but I mean, I'm assuming it's gonna be Julian Sane, but first year starter, 11 games.
Mm-hmm.
I think they go 10-2. Penn State, give me the over. I know they lost the coordinator, but I feel like this is their Ohio State year from last year. Well, I feel like they went all in. So like they retained pretty much everything except for Abdul Carter, pretty much. You know, they get both their running backs back, the quarterback comes back. They got a lot of pieces coming back on both sides of the ball. This day year, in my opinion, that they gotta go 11-1 or better. You know what I'm saying? So give me the over. Michigan under. I'm sorry, but once again, first year starting quarterback, true freshman starting quarterback, Bryce Underwood.
He's all world. Did you not see the flea flicker he threw?
Fine. That's fine. Who he throwing to? Who he handing the ball off to? Like I think they're gonna struggle, bro. I think Illinois may be over theirs. I think they might go 8-4 or something like that, or right around 7. I think that's pretty much spot on. Iowa, pretty much right at where they always be. If you're Nebraska and you hanging out at like 7-5, 8-4 after spending that money to get Dylan Raiola, are you okay with that? Like, but I think it's about right though. I'm looking at I don't really see nobody that just jump off the screen and like they should be higher or lower. They all seem about right on the money. So I think Ohio State under, Penn State over, Michigan under for sure.
Okay. All right. Moving on to the Big 12. You got Arizona State 8.5, Kansas State 8.5, Texas Tech 8.5, Baylor 7.5, Iowa State 7.5, Kansas 7.5, Utah 7.5, Cincinnati 7.5,
Damn,
Colorado 6.5, TCU 6.5, Arizona 6.5, Houston 5.5, Oklahoma State 5.5, UCF 5.5, West Virginia 5.5.
Yeah, everybody in the conference in the same boat, damn near. Just like last year, I guess.
I think this will be the most competitive conference.
Yeah,
The,
for sure.
the teams may not be as good, but I think this will be the most competitive conference.
Yeah, I agree with you. You forgot a team, I think, too.
I was trying to figure out.
BYU.
I forgot BYU. You're absolutely right. How did I miss BYU?
But BYU is, I think, is like 7.5, something like that. But
hold on, because I got it. I still got it pulled up. I'll go back and I'll redo this because I'm gonna redo this anyway because we gotta, as the season goes along.
Yeah, I got you.
Or to get close to the season, shall I say?
I mean, it's a competitive conference, no doubt, but man,
BYU was 7.5.
yeah, that's what I thought. Bro, I really don't. Arizona State lost their whole back. No, their quarterback coming back. They lost Scatterbo though. Kansas State lost their quarterback. Texas Tech arguably had the best transfer portal class in the country. Colorado lost everything on offense. UCF lost a lot. Utah got a brand new quarterback. Kansas lost a lot. They lost Devin Neal, Kobe Bryant, some others. Arizona lost everything on offense pretty much. I have no idea, bro.
To add to that, Houston lost one of their big time safeties in Halsey.
Yeah.
And they're replacing both coordinators.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah. UCF lost their head coach. Bro,
Didn't Frost go back?
Yeah, I think so. I think BYU over 7.5 might be. I think they might be like the team to beat in the conference because I think they bring a lot back, and they got a pretty good coaching staff over there too, who kind of always keep them, you know what I'm saying, like level. They don't really have bad seasons, so to speak, but I think they also got a couple transfers in. So I'm gonna go BYU over 7.5, but that's the only one I'm gonna actually pick because I have no idea on the other ones.
I'm gonna take I think Baylor wins the conference.
Oh, okay. They need to for Dave Aranda's sake.
I think I think Baylor is in a conference championship talk, put it like that, or at least in the what's called. I think that 5.5 for Houston. I think Houston gets 7, maybe 8 this year. They were
for Houston.
You got Zion Chris and you got Connor Wegman.
That's right. Connor Wegman did transfer there. That's right. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yep.
If not, man, Houston might. If Connor Wegman could play as up to the level he was, hyped up and projected to be coming out of high school, they could easily be 8-9 wins in that conference.
Yeah, and they got a lot of Houston's big games are at home. They go to Baylor this year. They get TCU at home. They get, I want to say they get Kansas. No, they played Kansas State at home last year.
Kansas
They
State lost their quarterback, didn't it? Avery Johnson hit the portal,
yeah,
didn't
yeah, I think you're right. They get Arizona at home. They get Cincinnati at home. So a lot of those games they get at home this year. Um, I don't know if they got Iowa State at home. That one might be on the road. But either way, a lot of those games they get at home.
Toss-up conference, bro.
Yeah, it is. It really is. I do think that I think Colorado is under. I think they finished 500, if not worse.
Yeah.
TCU.
They start their freshman quarterback.
TCU is a 6-7 win team, so I think that 6.5 is proper. I don't see Utah winning 7.5 games. I don't see it.
A lot. They lost a lot.
Yeah, and Cam Rising is retired. So yeah, Kansas is
they lost a lot too, bro.
Yeah, they did. So yeah,
on both sides, bro. Like Devin Neal was a dog for them, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And then they lost their best corner. They lost a couple guys on the D line. Like they lost a lot.
Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting. Let's move on to the SEC, man. Then we can get ready to get up out of here. In the SEC, Alabama at 9.5, Georgia 9.5, Texas 9.5, LSU 8.5, Ole Miss 8.5, Tennessee 8.5, Auburn 7.5, Mizzou 7.5, South Carolina 7.5, Texas A&M 7.5, Florida 6.5, Oklahoma 6.5, Arkansas 5.5, Kentucky 4.5, Vandy 4.5, Mississippi State 3.5. I'm gonna go ahead and lead this off. I think Tennessee, South Carolina, Florida, Vanderbilt over.
Tennessee over?
Oh no, I'm sorry. No. Tennessee is under, but South Carolina. Who I said? South Carolina, Florida, Oklahoma, Vanderbilt. Did I say Oklahoma? Did I say Oklahoma the first time?
Yeah, Danny. It's the season win total. Projected season win total. So you gotta bet over or under this number.
What was I thinking? Okay, so South Carolina. I think I confused my bad. South Carolina, Florida, Vanderbilt. I think they're over. Texas as well. LSU. I think they. It depends. I think they 9-8 wins. They have. I think they got potential to put up 10, 11, but
it's gonna be pissed off people in the Bayou if they 8 wins.
Very. Yeah, but I tell you, the Bayou Collector better get ready to refund a bunch of $5 donations. Y'all better get ready to donate a bunch of refund a bunch of $5 donations. Y'all don't get them 10 wins. But nah, I think they could. They have, like I said, 11 wins. Talent in the world. How does that mesh by game 1? I don't think they have to beat Clemson in order to hit that 10-11, but they definitely gonna have to show something a lot more than what we've seen the last 3 seasons in the season openers.
I would argue they gotta beat Clemson if they want to get to 10 wins. I mean, unless you finna go basically one loss through the SEC.
Yeah. Danny, she says, what is this Bama love based on? They are questionable. They have a questionable quarterback, first time starting. I'm so confused by them in Georgia ahead of Texas.
I mean, it's just
they're not ahead of Texas. This is, if you look, Danny, this is in alphabetical order, but they got 9.5 and Texas got 9.5. So, but they're not ahead of Texas. I do think Bama is an under. I think Tennessee is an under.
Yeah, I think Bama, quarterback questions aside, like they got enough talent on the roster to to win 11, 12 games, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if they figure the quarterback play out. So they got the Austin Mack kid who kind of came with DeBoer. I think their offense will be better because they have an offensive coordinator now who has been with DeBoer before.
Yeah.
Ryan Grubb's there. So if they figure it out offensively, I mean, they could easily be 10-2. Georgia same way. If Gunnar Stockton can, be serviceable at quarterback, they could easily be 10-2. I think Texas is over 9.5. LSU better be over 9.5 or heads gonna roll in Baton Rouge. That's for sure. Ole Miss 8.5. They lost a lot, bro, on defense, especially.
I ain't even mention them just because the shit they you say defense. I think they'll be all right at quarterback, but
Yeah, I think Austin Simmons will be pretty good, but
I don't know what else they got though.
they lost Trey Harris and Juice Wills at receiver, and I think the Wilkins kid too at receiver, and then they lost pretty much their whole D line. They lost Chris Paul at linebacker. I mean, they got the little Sonny Perkins guy still there on defense, but they lost a lot, bro. Tennessee lost a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I know they traded quarterbacks with UCLA, but and Hyper system ain't really like don't ask a lot of the quarterbacks, so he might be all right, but I just don't know. I mean, they got to replace Dylan Sampson, they got to replace James Pierce. They got some guys to replace. I think Auburn would be over 7.5. I got them at like 8-4. They got a talented team, bro. If the quarterback situation could be all right, I don't know if they're gonna go with Deuce Knight or what it started, but I think they loaded, bro. Don't know about Missouri. They lost a lot too.
Yeah, I have no clue.
South Carolina should be over 7.5, but it kind of goes back to the Georgia Tech thing with them. Like
now the teams are expecting it.
Teams expect you to be good. Like, do you surprise teams anymore? Like, I don't think so. So I think they're gonna have a tougher time getting to 8-9 wins than they did last year.
No clue. Texas A&M. I don't know. I have no clue,
bro. I don't know.
Not yet. I
can see it going either way, depending on how Marcel
Mm-hmm.
because he's played both. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like he's played well enough to where I can see them winning 9 games, and he's played bad enough to where I can see them winning 4 games. Like, so I don't really know. That's a toss up. All right, here to Florida.
I like Florida this year.
I want to, but part of me is scared that they're the team everybody's hyping up that ain't gonna live up to the hype. You know what I'm saying? Like, my microphone keep tripping. But I just don't know if they actually gonna live up to the hype. I know they need to for Napier's sake, but Lagway looked legit last year. He gonna have to kind of take a step, but I'm worried that I don't know why I'm worried. I really don't care about Florida, but I'm just saying in terms of if I was betting on this, I'd be worried that too many people are picking them to be good this year.
If this was 5.5, it's easy over for me.
Yeah, if it was 5.5, yeah. But
as a matter of fact, if it was 6, I would take it because you get the push. 6.5 is what I agree with you. 6.5 does worry me. I think they can get 7. But it still worries me. But to get the 7, I think it's going to rely heavily on non-conference.
Yeah, they're gonna
give me. Florida State's going to be ass this year. I don't care.
Miami. Do they play Miami again?
I don't even know.
But I think Oklahoma goes over.
Yeah.
I think they go over pretty easily. I think they get like 8 wins.
Yeah, I think Materials is going to be a difference maker.
Materials and that defense still going to be good, bro. Long as Venables there. Arkansas,
under for me.
I kind of agree with you. I hate to say it, but I don't think they're gonna be good at all. Same with Kentucky. I don't really think they'll be very good at all. I think they probably about 5 wins at Kentucky.
Hey, who the baseball coach need to come out and say we're a baseball school now?
Vanderbilt.
I don't see why people got them so low. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, because the same reason as everybody else, bro. Like people not like ain't nobody feeling like look over Vanderbilt.
Oh, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like people finna prepare for Vanderbilt. They finna treat Vanderbilt just like they would Auburn. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't sneaking up on nobody. I think they can still get the 5 or 6 wins though, but I think it's gonna be tough. And I kind of want to go over on Mississippi State. I don't know why, but 3.5 just seems low. I think Mississippi State could be 4 and 8, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's a low bar. I know Levy got his hands full down there, but he got his quarterback Jackson Arnold. You know what I mean? So maybe they can pull off a upset or 2 in the SEC and get to 5 wins. But I don't know. They got some issues in Starkville, bro. They just ain't got no money.
I agree. Yeah, that's it, man. That's all I got. I got for you. And again, man, I just want to reiterate. Shout out to our new sponsors, Dubby. Do us a favor, go check them out. Right here. You do it, and you point. Bottom corner. There you go. Dubby, energy drink. All natural, clean for focus and energy. Scan that QR code or type in the URL you see there, bit.ly/no-chill-dubby. That's DUBBY. Go ahead and check them out. We'll be back. I know we're gonna record an episode. We won't necessarily be live on Sunday, and I don't know when we're gonna drop it. But we'll have some new stuff coming out for y'all. Launch. How you reach out? So y'all go check it out. Until we see y'all next time. We out.